Hey guys, today we are going to do something pretty fun and we are going to build ourselves a mobile website today. So what you're looking at right now is the home screen when you enter into your back office. I want you to scroll over here down to your left hand side to where you see the mobile website wizard beta. I want you to click on that link. Now from right here there's a couple of different things we can do. We could either view our mobile website if we've created one already, or we can edit my mobile website. Since we have not created one already, or we're assuming you haven't, we want you to click on Edit My Mobile Site, and that's going to allow us to create our first mobile website. All right, so once we click on this, this is the first screen that you're going to see. All right, there's a lot going on here, and right up top, we see that we have information, settings, components, media. We have a Save tab right here. You can switch in between an Android phone and an iPhone of what that's going to look like. And you can go between your portrait mode and your regular mode as well. So you can see what that is going to look like while the phone is lying down or while it's standing up. Design mode is where you're going to be able to enter your components or edit your text. And we'll get into that here in just a little bit. We've got just a couple more things to discuss real quick, and then we'll just hop into the actual creation of our website. Okay, we'll go ahead and leave it right here on Android. And let's talk about the site name. So that is going to be what you see in your back office, which kind of differentiates this from other mobile websites that you might have created already. The site title. Now the site title is actually pretty important, and the title or the title tag is the main text that describes an online document. It is one of the most important SEO elements, and it appears in 3 key places, which is going to be your browser, your search engine results pages, and the external websites. So one word of advice is try to aim for title tags containing fewer than 70 characters, because this is the limit Google displays in their search results. So just kind of keep that in mind when you're typing in your title. Right down below that is going to be name. Now you can just put your own name, or for us, we're going to be creating today a website about fitness. This is a fictitious company that we've created, and we're calling it Fitness Made Mobile. And so the name I've chosen is Mobile Fitness Group. Underneath that, you can choose mail campaign. Now that's underneath our mail campaigns, you can create a campaign specifically for your mobile website, and we have chosen one called Fitness. Now the redirect URL. That's after you use, which I'll show you in just a little bit, one of the components, which is a web form. Once we use that, we would have to have it redirect somewhere after you've clicked for that information be sent from the form. And I've chose fitness.makeitmobile.com, which is our mobile website address. Okay, next is keywords. Now, what are keywords? Now, when someone is searching for information on the web, they'll usually visit a search engine and type in some words describing what they're looking for. The search engine then checks its database and returns results listing pages that meet the words submitted. So why is that important? Keywords are important as they can be used successfully in conjunction with the search engines to provide you with a free source of targeted traffic to your website. So when you're thinking of keywords for your website, think of what a member or a user would be looking for or would be typing into a website search engine if they were looking for your site. Now, keywords can get way more in depth than that, and the research that's done to choose them, but that's way past the scope for this tutorial, so that's what we're pretty much going to stick with for right now. Underneath that is going to be our description of what our website is going to be about. And a description provides the user a summary of what your website is about. It is not visible on your web page, but appears below your site title in search engine results. So when you go into a search engine and you type in, fitness made mobile, and this mobile website comes up, then that is what's going to be below that site title. If the title is fitness, or I'm sorry, fitness made mobile, then the description is going to be right below that. Okay, so let's hop in here, and you see right here we have a nice blank page. Normally you have a Uneeqlee logo right here at the top on every page that you create, but I've erased that so that we have a nice clear board to get started. So we're going to come over here into our media link right here, and I've already pulled in a couple pictures that we're going to use for a website today. And one of them is the pictures of our trainers that we're going to use, and then also for our logo. And we are going to use this logo right here, and all we're going to do is we're just going to drag it over just like that, and it's placed right there. Now when you move it, you can see how that little red line was behind the logo moves up and down. You can choose where you want to have that placed on the page. We're going to just have it placed right towards the top. Very good. Now from right here we would normally have something that describes what our page is about. So let's scroll back up over here into components. Now underneath components we have 6 different options right now, and we're going to be coming out with quite a few more options here in the near future that you can use. But for right now we've got headline, text block, web form, feature list, column text, and media. And that's where you would insert videos for right now through YouTube. So right now what we're going to use is we're going to use text block. And when you pull it over here, once again you can decide where on the page you want to have that set. And when we lay that down, we automatically have some fictitious text automatically come up. Excuse me. Now to edit that text, you would come up to where it says design mode, and we would click that, and that's going to bring us into text edit mode. Now from inside of here we can edit this text. Alright, let's delete that, and we'll grab some text that we've already kind of chosen for this. Excellent. And then let's do one more piece. So to pull in another component, we're going to have to change the text edit mode back to design mode. All right, which gives us this toolbar again. All right, now from here, let's do a feature list underneath that. Very good. And so this is just automatically what comes up by default. Now to change that, we would come back up to design mode and click on it, and that'll change us back over into text edit mode. Now to change those out with something else, you would just delete that or select the text that you would like, or type it in right there. And guys, I've kind of already done this for us to try to save some time. And we've got one more here. And you can have as many of these bullet points as you would like, but we're just going to stick with the default of 3 for this one. Now there's a couple of different ways we can do this right here. If we wanted another bullet point, all we'd have to do is just push enter, and that'll automatically add us 1 or 2 or 3. And if we wanted to delete them, you just use a backspace. And if you'd like a space in between your bullet points, if you think they're too close together, you can just hold down shift and press enter, and that will give you a space in between, or 2 spaces or whatnot. And then the next time you press enter, you'll get another bullet point. Okay. And all right, this is good. And let's put on the same page, let's go back over into our design mode and let's put a video down here. So if we were Fitness Made Mobile and we wanted to use our video that we've already made for, which shows a bunch of our trainers training people and working out and whatnot, we could enter that just by dragging over our media option right there, and then by using our YouTube link. And so you don't use the entire YouTube link, but if you were to paste your entire video in here, so if it starts out over here at YouTube, as they do, and then, oops, sorry about that, and then you'd come back here, the only part of this that you actually need are these last digits right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 digits. All right, right at that equal sign. You don't need anything else. Oops. So let's delete that for you. And when we do, all of a sudden the video comes up. Now this is just our Uneeqlee video, but you get the idea. You can use any video that's already posted up on YouTube. Okay, so that right there is our first page, and we can change this up. So if this is a little bit too bland for us and we wanted to change some things up, let's go in and do that. So I want you to come with me over here and I want you to click on Settings. Okay, now you see right here that we have a menu-wide settings, we have site-wide settings, gradient backgrounds, and site pages. We can expand those just by clicking on them. All right, so let's get in here and let's mess around with these a little bit and show you what they'll do. So let's start right here at the top with the menu-wide settings. All right, and you come down here and it says menu font size. So our menu is this piece right here at the top where my mouse is. Okay, and from this piece right here we can change either the text color, which would be where it says meet us and contact details, or the background, which is set to white right now. So let's say we want to set that to a red, just like the logo here. All right, you'd slide that over, click and drag, and you just leave it right there, and then we're going to just click on choose. When we do that, it automatically changes that to red. Now if you don't want it quite as red, we can change that just a little bit. Let's put it right down there at a little bit darker. Perfect. All right, and if you don't like the way that the text color looks, we can change that from black to perhaps white. That looks fantastic. Okay, now as we move on, we can also change, the text size right there, all the way up. But I like the way it looks right here when it's on the same line. Now some phones, depending on the size of that text, if it's too small, they won't be able to actually tap it with their thumbs or fingers. So I like to try to set it just a little bit bigger, just like it is now. Makes it easier for people to actually click on your links. All right, moving on to site-wide settings. Okay, the text font size, that's going to mess with our text right here and here all the way through the entire site. So if we were going to move that up, we can make it substantially larger or smaller. And I think that is a good size right there for our text. All right, we can change the color again to anything. We could choose red if we wanted. You can choose orange, green, blue. But I think that I like it at black for right now. All right, now title color is going to be for our titles, which we haven't messed with yet. And once we do, we'll come back here and we'll actually change the title color itself. Now the background is actually going to be very similar to our gradient backgrounds. The gradient backgrounds we have already set for you to use are predefined. So if you choose one, it's automatically going to throw a color in. And some of these, it'll start and you see the gradient, it starts up here a little bit darker and it gets a little bit lighter. And that's what that gradient is. You can go through here and see if there's any that you like. And if there's not, if you don't like any of those, you can always come up here and use your background color. And you can just choose. So if you wanted, let's say, a green background, and you wanted that color of green right here, you could use that. And that will trump your gradient. All right, so if you've chosen the gradient, it'll automatically select none again over here, and it'll let you use the background color. I'm not quite sure I like green for this, so let's just let's change this out to maybe a light gray. Okay, and let's change that text color then to a white. Let's see how that looks. Okay, makes it nice and readable, and that's what we want. Nice and easy to read and easy to see. Very good. So guys, that is our first page, all right, that we've decided that we want to use for our fictitious company, Fitness Made Mobile. Okay, now let's come over here into Meet Us. I've already put in some information into this page, and we'll show you how it's done. So this, once again, would be just the Uneeqlee logo. If we click on contact details, you'll see how I've left that there, and that's what it would normally look like. When we click back, this right here is a title. And we got that by going over here into components and dragging a headline. Okay? And that's exactly what it does right there. Now to edit that, back to what we had, we would come up here to design mode again, click that, so that we're in text edit mode, and now we can edit what this says. And let's say just meet our trainers. Yeah, that'll be just fine. Let's leave that just like so. And we'll change this up just a little bit. We'll drag this up to the top right here. Very good. We'll drag this as well. Okay. Now we can change the color of this if we don't like that. If we want it to be white or we want it to be red or black, by going back into settings and coming down to our title color right here. Okay. Now if we don't like the black, we can choose red. And let's do just a little bit darker red on that. I think it's about the same color as up here. Let's pick choose, and that's going to be what we have right there. If we don't like that, we can change it over to white. Click choose, but I like it kind of set apart, so let's do that red again. Alright, now we have Jordan, we have Sarah right now, which I've already done for you, and how we would do that is to move a picture in. We would click on media, you would come down here to your picture of Jordan, and you'd pull it over and you just drop it right there, and that's all we did. That was super easy. And then to put the text down below, we came back over here into components and we used text block for that. Very good. And once again, that's just the default text that comes with it. Down beneath this, we put in another title, or a headline, I'm sorry, and we drug it over, and we just typed in the name Sarah, and then we came over here into media, and we drug in her picture. Now to get this a little bit different text layout, we came back into components and we used what's called a column text, which gives us this unique look. Okay, now we're going to do one more so that you get to see how we do it. if we were going to be doing just one more on our own. So what we're going to do is let's go back over here into media, and we're going to use our third trainer, and we'll put it right here, just like this. And so we've got his picture in here now, but we need to separate him with his name for that title. So let's go into components and let's click on our headline, and we'll drag that down here. Very good. And then we'll go up here, design mode, click on that to the text edit mode, and let's call him John. Great. And then we'll come back up here, and to add another text option, we'll click over here, back to design mode, and we could either use column text, a feature list, a text block, and I think we'll use a text block on this one. So right below that, here, let's scroll down just enough so we can see this. There we go. Right below, and there we go. There's John, and that could say whatever you want. Now to edit any of those, once again, all you'd have to do, guys, is come up here into design mode, click on that to make it back over to the text edit mode, and then you can click within these and you can enter in any text you would like at all. Okay, so that is our Meet Us page that we've done. All right, where they get to meet our trainers and they get to see, you know, a little bit something about who it is that they could have meeting them and training them. Okay, and the last part of our nice little basic website is going to be our contact details. All right, so when we've come over here, I've already entered in some of this, but I'll show you how we've done that once again. First thing we're going to do is we're going to get rid of the Uneeqlee logo. We can either delete that right here just by clicking on the red button, and then you're going to get an option of, are you sure you want to remove this? Let's just click cancel on that, and let's click back over here to media, and we'll grab our logo again, our Fitness Made Mobile, and we'll just drop that over the top, and that will replace it, just the same as deleting it and then having to replace it. Now what we've done right here is we went over into our components and we chose our our feature list. Now what that looks like, once again, by default is this right here, and we just switched that out with some information that you could have as a business owner, and we'll delete that right there. Now once again, you could have anything you wanted right here, but below that we are using now for the first time our web form, and our web form is pretty cool. So this right here is where your members, which will have this editable very soon, where you can just choose either first and last name and phone number or email address, or you won't just have to have the 3 of these. Right now that's all we've got here in the beta mode, but it's being worked on right now, and that'll change here shortly. So when they enter in their first name or their name, email address, and phone number, it is going to, and they click submit, that's automatically going to be added to the mail campaign that you choose here, okay, which is going to be fitness. And so once that's added in, as soon as they click submit, that's going to go into the back office, it's going to add that, and then it's going to send them their first email, and that will add them to your email list, which is fantastic. Makes it very nice and simple. Now above this we should have a headline. So let's drop one here, and then we'll click over into the text edit mode, and let's use this right here. Well, I don't know if I like that as a headline, so it might just be too big. Let's get rid of that. And let's go back over into our components, and let's grab just a text block. to use right here instead. We'll drop that in. We'll change back over into our edit mode. We'll select all by Control A and delete, and then we can paste back in that same information right here. And I think I like that better. Leave us your details and we will get back to you or get a hold of you within just a few minutes. Now guys, let's say that we want to add more than just what we've got up here. So we've got our home page, which is a little home right here at the top. Then we've got a meet us and we've got contact details. But let's say we want to add one more because we can have up to 3 different links on our mobile sites. How we would do that is we'd come back over here into settings and we'd come down here to the bottom to where it says site pages. And you can see our other links that we already have up here, a meet us and a contact details, which match what we have up here. And let's say we want to do an about us as well. That's all we would have to do. Now, once we come up here to edit this page, all we have to do is just click on About Us. And that will once again give us our default page with the Uneeqlee logo right here, and we can enter in our own details. But, like I said, we were not going to do that with our basic page that we were doing today. So we'll just come back over here. And that's it, guys. We've created ourselves a great page from our very easy to use mobile website wizard. If you guys have any questions at all on anything we've gone over here, or something was not explained clear enough for you, please get a hold of us by creating a support ticket from within your back office, and we will be happy to answer any questions you have or help you with any problems that you may be experiencing. And that's it, guys. Have a great day.